Overpass is back, and I know you want me to cover Vitality first. So they're dealing with annoying AWPers like Device, which you'll see in your matchmaking game very simply by rushing A, another thing you probably love to do. You're going to see ZywOo get a boost out of spawn, which helps particularly get there quickly, but then Apex is going to throw these two very simple flashes over Playground, which are going to catch anyone peeking, and because of the speed your team's going, you're not only going to catch the player peeking, you're going to catch anyone trying to go up into party. Complexity have their own cool A rush with this util set from 60. He throws the Molotov early, which I'll give you a second to study. He then follows up with a flash Polzerk, who's quickly able to get into party and peek behind this Molotov, looking for the early kill. And you can see from Mercury's point of view, he actually doesn't see a thing, and a really easy play for you to make with just one of your mates. Back to Vitality, they've done a great job remembering the good old tricks and fundamentals of this map. You can see they're using the long run boost to get out here past Device trying to AWP long. They then follow up this default with a nice simple flash from Apex in towards Bathroom for ZywOo to get the opening pick. And then their CT pistol round, obviously normally you smoke monster to allow players to cross and play the left side, but they're just going to run boost across because you don't use that smoke on the pistol round, which you can see if they were playing Spirit would have worked, with Donk doing the softest check of right side monster I've ever seen. Speaking of Spirit, Zontix is their B defaulter, and rather than doing the standard nade that you're seeing Rops and Spinks do in their games, he's going to do the nade that just lands here at wood and does a bit of extra chip damage, which speaks to the fact that teams are loving their monster setups with the player right side monster and one at wood to play off them. Or the other setup that I really like from Mouse, they had the double left side monster setup with one guy holding a Molotov out, with really good protocols, even here with the short pop, the nice HE landing, and if Chopper hadn't peeked as wide and gone down quickly, this would have actually been a really nice hold from Spirit. The opposite to this is playing passive, and this isn't new stuff, but something you should remember if you're going to be this B player is this crossfire is really effective with one player in water watching the bridge cross and the player at graffiti watching the site cross. The great thing about this position is you can fight off each other, swing off each other's contact, plus they're advantageous angles as the Ts are forced to peek very close to cover. This util set from Snappy, which allows an A player to support B early on with the Smoke Monster and the Molotov short, got a lot of traction on Reddit. And it's great because you can see the Molotov flies into the pipe as opposed to the normal Molotov you throw over the top of the wall when rotating into B, so it avoids any conditioning smokes such as the one you see being used here by Complexity as it pops outside the tunnel where the normal Molotov would land. And while this utility set is cool, you should ask yourself, how often should you actually be playing 3 people A? And the answer is not that often. You can see even a team like Vitality starting 3A here, while they can slow down the other team taking A control. Anyone playing Discipline from the T side is going to eventually force you to evacuate, like the Vitality members did here, forcing Apex to be a loading connector and make a play there. You can see Rops doesn't even know where to look. He starts looking at top con and then realizes Apex is in there, so he just goes back and watches long, when in reality in this round there's no way the T side would already be in a position where he'd have to hold this. And unless it is a punish for a team going very fast towards A or connector, you're better off starting this third player towards B, playing this very powerful jump spot position where you can spam, do a lot of damage. You can see even Snappy himself, this round here, he threw the util set from A, ran back towards B. I was ready to say that he was far too late here, but he gets here, lines up the perfect spam and gets the kill. There's an extreme round by Gamer Legion where they managed to get 3 kills, spamming and boosting over into this short water area. But it proves the point that this position is so powerful and not one you can play as consistently or comfortably if you only have 2 members towards B. So while this is a cool util set, you have to understand what it does to the rest of the map and also how it affects conditioning and the tells it gives the other team. This is a deeper molly and not one you want to be throwing only when you play 3A because a smart B defaulter will work you out. One thing a lot of teams are doing is using just one person to take connector. They drop the Molotov down early so that player can throw the first molly to deny the AWP peek or the initial aggressive play there. They then walk up connector and throw this Molotov up the stairs more, and you've essentially cleared out con with just one person. The only thing that's a huge risk is someone jump spotting and spamming Jimmy going up con here, but I really like the fact that Spinks nades as he's making his way up con to deter the CT from actually doing that. Complexity have clearly had the hardest time getting short or up connector because not only were they throwing the double conditioning smokes I showed you earlier, they also had this Molotov here, which was quite nice if this boost position is doing a lot of damage, allows you to move quickly into these areas. You can see it simply just lands above the jump spot position, forcing the CT away. It takes away any information they have here, which you can see almost nets Complexity a kill as they're taking away Mosea's early options and forced him into an interesting situation versus an AWP. If we head over towards A, teams are doing what they always do to start CT side, the double mollies, the smoke molly combo, just to pressure and get utility out of the T side, potentially slow them down. They're of course also throwing grenades in for T-side fast defaulters, as well as those hanging out behind the smoke. And they're falling back into their setups. I like this one from Spirit, where they have Donk and Chopper playing back to back, both anti-flash obviously for each other, and then Shiro holding this outside bathrooms pathway towards A. Chopper and Donk's positions are particularly interesting. Donk's is on an elevated spot, so it's hard for the T side to know where to pre-aim. And if you watch Exertion entry from Long, he's not pre-aiming where Chopper is at all. Chopper gets the first kill, he's traded, Donk then trades back, and then the luxury of having Donk is he gets another kill. But the important thing is Shiro's movement here. He moves into bathrooms off the contact and holds the front entrance for Donk, because this is a likely spot where Yimpat definitely could have tried to trade, and having Shiro there would save the day. Should be noticed, nice awareness from Yimpat to know what this setup will look like, so he takes the long route outside and gets the free pick onto Shiro. Just unfortunately for him, Zontix had heaps of time to rotate and got himself into an equally supportive position. The next round, Brolin threw this utility set, including a Molotov, which chunked both Donk and Shiro for a good amount of damage, as part of their fake A-rush strategy, which when combined with the smoke for the front of bathrooms and the flashes over the top, you can see very effectively gets Spirit to fall off any of these aggressive lines. This can also be used for an A-rush, so I'm actually going to show you exactly how to line it up. So it's both from this position. The smoke's very simple. It's the middle of this largest shadow up to the top of there. And you're just going to walk forward a little bit and let it fly. And then the Molotov from the same position, you're going to aim just as you saw Brolin doing in this corner. You're going to come running out, don't move your mouse at all. And you're going to find the middle of this white sign that my crosshair's on right now. And once you find that, you're going to run forward to the bottom of it, let go, and do a jump throw. So it's going to look a little bit like that. It's going to fly over the top and land exactly how you saw in the demo. Talking about executing the site now, A's honestly been the same as it always has been. The two Molotovs, the two smokes, then flashes over Long or Truck. B is a little more interesting. There's a lot of contacting out Monster right now that we're seeing get a lot of value. If that B player finds a timing in between smokes, you can see Yabby here knows exactly how Vitality are going to be set up and gets the two entry kills. If we go towards short, I actually really like what Virtus Pro did here on this execute. They have the standard flashes coming over the top, but I really like Electronic's entry flash, which he bounces off here from short, and you can see it actually lands behind the sight boxes, blinding anyone on back sight. You should probably pair this with the flash over from Monster, which allows you to entry out short without getting shot. You can see Electronic is vulnerable for a second as he throws this, but I really like this short exec overall from Virtus Pro, and it shows them adapting to those monster setups I was talking about everyone doing earlier on. The setups purely on A side is just nothing any of these teams do. You either need someone pushed up around the bathrooms area like Zaiwu is here for this successful hold of Astralis' long pop, or you need someone up long like Nilo is here for Grix, who's able to swing wide off this default box and start to shut down this NIP A exec. Also, LNZ is showing us exactly what to do if you're rotating into A and have a flash in your inventory. And this utility is really important. So I'm going to leave you with what all the coaches at ESO1 Cologne are thinking about. If you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe.